She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "He makes me happier than you ever could." So I walked away without another word. But just months later, she was the one chasing after me. My name is Marcus. I'm 29, and I live in Austin, Texas. I was working as a software developer. Pretty average life, nothing flashy. I thought I had everything I wanted because I had Leah. Leah and I had been together for nearly 4 years. We met in college, bonded over late-night study sessions, shared cheap pizzas, and dreams of making it big someday. She wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to build apps that could change lives. We weren't rich, we weren't powerful, but we were happy, or at least, I thought we were. I supported her through every rejection letter, every draft she crumpled in frustration. I believed in her even when she didn't believe in herself. Looking back, I realized I gave her everything I had. My time, my money, my loyalty, my heart. But sometimes, that's still not enough. It started small. She became distant, always glued to her phone, smiling at messages I never got to see. She worked late more often, though she hadn't held a steady job in months. I'd ask her if something was wrong, and she'd laugh it off. "You're imagining things, Marcus," she'd say, brushing me off with that soft tone that always made me doubt myself. But there were cracks I couldn't ignore. Nights where she didn't come home until dawn, excuses that didn't add up, a perfume that wasn't hers lingering on her clothes. Deep down, I knew. But denial is easier than pain. So I convinced myself I was overthinking, that she loved me like she always had, until the night she stopped pretending. One evening, I walked into our apartment and found her sitting at the kitchen table, expression cold, rehearsed almost. She didn't wait for me to ask questions. "Marcus," she said, "I met someone. He makes me happier than you ever could." The words sliced through me like a knife. I stood there, frozen, every memory we had built crashing down at once. She didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She looked relieved. And in that moment, I realized begging would only humiliate me. So I swallowed the pain, nodded once, and simply said, "Then I hope he makes you very happy." I packed a bag, walked out the door, and never looked back. Walking away broke me, but it also lit a fire in me I didn't know I had. I poured every ounce of pain into my work. Days blurred into nights as I coded, designed, and pitched my ideas to anyone who would listen. Within months, the startup I'd been quietly building on the side suddenly took off. Investors poured in. The app I created went viral, landing me interviews, features, and opportunities I could have only dreamed of before. And that's when it happened. Months after she left me, Leah showed up again. She found me at a networking event where I was speaking as the CEO of my own company. Her face went pale when she saw me step onto the stage in a tailored suit, the audience hanging on to every word. Afterward, she approached me, voice shaky. "Marcus, I didn't know. You've changed." But I hadn't changed. I had just become the man I was always meant to be, without her holding me back. So I smiled politely, shook her hand, and walked away, leaving her standing in the crowd, watching me shine. Today, my company is worth millions. I travel, I inspire, and I live a life built on resilience. Leah, from what I hear, things didn't work out with the man she left me for. But I don't rejoice in her downfall. I rejoice in my growth, because sometimes the best revenge isn't anger or bitterness. It's silence, success, and becoming untouchable. She once said he made her happier than I ever could. Maybe for a while, she believed it, but in the end, I found a happiness she never take away from me. When betrayal shatters you, let it fuel you. Walk away, grow stronger, and let success speak louder than any goodbye ever could. Subscribe to SilkMirror for more stories where betrayal meets poetic justice.